Hello?
Hello? Hello.
All right. Hello?
Anywho, I'm here.
Yep. All right. So, anyway, he's done.
Oh, my
House is done.
God. That's a relief.
December 1st.
Yay.
So,
Thank God.
I still have a bunch of stuff I have to return, caulk and that kind of stuff.
Good.
But,
All
that's
right,
less
let me ask you a question. When Mom was home, how did you see her getting around? How was her energy level?
Well, you asked me that before. It varies.
Before she left, the week before she left.
I thought she was doing better. I thought she was doing fine. Fine for what she is at this point. At almost 86 years old and all the rest.
I mean, was she getting around real well? Did she have energy to get up and did she seem tired quickly?
It depends on the time of day. I mean, she takes a nap most days. There are some days she'll go out and do a lot of stuff, like on Tuesdays. She'll get up, she'll go to the quilter, she'll run errands on the way back. Yeah, and then sometimes she'll go to the evening thing. I mean, there's some days she does all that stuff and she's fine.
Yeah.
So you're still seeing her as being tired or not?
No,
really.
She is. The altitude thing has really got her, and she's really worried about it. And
well, she's coming back in less than 2 days.
I know, but I'm not supposed to. I've been trying to tell her to stay. She's calling. Okay. I've been trying to ask her to stay, and she was going to, but she's afraid to because she just feels too weak, and she doesn't.
Well, all right. So let her come back. It's.
Well, I just thought it was good because I wait on her hand and foot. She, and we spend every second together. This is the first time I've left her since she's been here to go for this little walk. But while she took a nap, I've even been here while she was napping before. Is she calling? Is she calling? Oh, okay, good. But anyway, so she's got to take a shower now. But anyway, so she's.
So she's still. There was talk about her staying longer, but as of now, she's still coming home Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, she made up her mind this morning, Because I've been saying, just stay here because you'll get used to it, you'll feel better, and then, then we can run around and have some fun or at least do something else. But we haven't been able to do anything. The most she's done is really go out to eat or go to the grocery store and go to these friends' house yesterday, but we haven't gone, anywhere else. We stayed home for Thanksgiving, which was great. We loved it, but which was no big deal. I'm glad we stayed home for Thanksgiving. But we haven't been able to. We usually go to Jerome. She wanted to go to Jerome. We just haven't been able to do stuff, and it's really bothering her. And it's eating her up that she can't do this stuff. So she wants to go home and feel better.
All right.
But I would really like her to stay, but I cannot convince her.
All right. Is there a chance she'll change her mind again?
I don't think so. I'm trying, but, Alan's asked her to stay. I've asked her to stay. We want her to stay, but she doesn't. She wants to go home where she feels, comfortable, where she's, independent, She said, the last thing you need is an invalid. Or something like that. Or you don't need an invalid. I said, you're not an invalid. I said, I like taking care of you. She said, I don't want you to have to take care of me. I can take care of myself. She's in that phase,
Well, she's often in that phase, so not unusual.
But, no, I mean in life, where it's in that in-between stage, where she should have some more care, but she doesn't want it yet, It's admission, And I don't like admitting it either. It's hurtful to me, too, that she's in, but but this is really hard because I really would like her to stay. She really, I told her she could stay through Christmas. She's decided she's definitely not going to Lynette's. And
you were telling me.
But I said if you stay, you don't have to make the decision. You don't have to. It's an easy. It's not a decision. You just don't have to worry about it. And she doesn't want to. So,
Well,
but
she
I
still has
I
another
do
day and a
agree.
half to decide. She doesn't have to really decide until tomorrow.
Yeah, but it would be good because you've got your hands full, and
Well,
and
mom's not really, doesn't really complicate things. I mean, once, the biggest thing, other than Liz, the biggest thing I have going on is making the decision about the car tomorrow.
well, I thought you made the decision. I thought you're going to get it.
Well, the question isn't whether I'm going to get it. It's a question of whether I'm going to get it tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So, it's.
Well,
I've
but
been
you know
trying,
what? If they have that deal and you struck a deal on a price, I can't
Yeah,
imagine that they would go back on it.
Well, no, the problem is that the rebate,
Oh, the company rebate.
it expires, right? That's
dealership.
that's not from the dealership. That's from the GM.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
So that's the only thing. I mean, I was planning on doing it much later. I really didn't want to do it right away. So, I've tried asking
Have
the
you
question.
test drove all the cars that you wanted to test drive?
Well, I've test driven this one twice at two different dealerships.
Have you test driven any others?
Honestly, no.
Okay. Why do
I
you
mean,
want
the
to
other
test
ones that are in the same class, that are considered competitors, one's the Audi Q5, and that comes standard with the all-wheel drive as opposed to paying as an option, which is fine with me.
It's a harder ride. We test drove that too, and it's a
The
harder
Audi?
ride. Yeah, we test drove everything, and we didn't like it. It was a harder ride, and it's a sport car. It's got a sport car ride,
Right.
and
Well,
if you want a cush ride, we want a cush ride.
Well,
But
that's
have
what
you
my
test driven the Edge?
What?
Have you
Well,
test driven the Edge?
I drove the C-Max that Liz had.
No, not the C-Max. Have you test driven the Edge?
No.
Because the Edge is target marketing the RX, the Lexus.
Right.
And
Well,
it's
so
been
is
a wonderful ride.
so is this one, targeting the RX.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And
But
the other cars are the RDX from Acura.
yeah, which I had an MDX, and the RDX
Right.
we didn't like it as well, and the write-ups are not very good. They
Well,
had
actually,
big problems.
we stopped and to look at the RDX. I didn't, we were on our way to look at the other car up in Libertyville, and this was on the way, so we stopped in for 10 or 15 minutes. I sat in it. Liz didn't think it was nearly as nice, and they didn't have a brochure.
Got bad write-ups.
Right, and then the other car is the Acura, the Audi, and the Lexus RX, and one other one. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I like this. It has good write-ups. It's all the rest of them look alike except for this one. That's one of the things I like about it.
We've got a friend who had two. One was leased, and then they bought one with Betsy's. They bought theirs used, right? Did they buy that slightly used? And they had his was used and hers was leased, right? And then they turned the leased one in, and the used one had to go in the shop. They've had big problems with it. What was it? Remember because they're the ones. They're our friends that moved to Charleston, and after.
But how old was that car?
3 years or.
Yes, they've redesigned it a bit since then.
Yeah, but anyway, I
12,
I mean,
13,
you'll have a
14.
3-year warranty.
What?
You'll have a 3-year warranty.
4.
4, good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, it's.
It's not that much more. If you're going to get it, is it 45 out the door or 45?
Out the door, it's about 48.
Okay.
48 and change, including license and all that, license and tax.
Yeah.
And, but I mean, it has this panoramic sunroof where almost the entire top of the car is glass, and the front half.
So does the Edge. So does the Edge. It goes all the way back.
Right. Well, so does this.
But I mean, you haven't even test driven it yet. You don't even want to give it a shot?
Well, this is what I want.
Okay.
Like I said, in 36 years, I've bought 2 cars.
Oh, I know. That's not the point. You don't have to convince me of getting a car. It's just
This is. I like the styling.
You just
I like the look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
mean, it has a lot of features.
It's a great car. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And,
well, then get it. Then get
yeah.
it. If you know you want it and you've made up your mind, then get it. What the hell? If you wait a few more days, what the hell? Just get it.
Well, like I said, the problem is having a place to put it.
I thought we talked about that. You could
Well,
put
we
it
did,
in
but
Liz.
I have to get it done. I have to get everything out of the garage. I mean, I have to arrange them to pick it up. I mean, I don't want either car sitting outside. It's, the weather's going to be getting worse. The high on Friday here is supposed to be 18. The high.
Ugh, wow. Well, if you put the red car in the garage, the Pontiac in the garage at your house, then you're going to be mostly at Liz's, and that's going to go in the garage. And then, if by some chance you're home one night, so the car can sit out one night. When you're there, you pull it out, put it in the driveway. If you don't, by that time you'll have it cleared out.
Well, I hope
you're going to be at her house probably most nights.
Right.
So
the other thing.
The
other thing, in addition to the $2,000 cash back, there's also 0% financing for 36 months.
Oh, wow.
So
you're going to make a payment?
Well, I'll do a minimal down payment, whatever I have to do, and then I'll finance the rest at 0% over 36 months.
Okay. Well, that would be, it's free money.
Right.
Okay.
And why wouldn't I do it?
Why not? Why not?
So, I hear what you're saying about the Ford, but this is, it's not a super luxury car, but it's...
No, I don't have a problem with a luxury car. I think you should get a luxury car. I think you should get the car you want.
Yep.
I'm thrilled for you to get a car. Thrilled.
So
I just love my Edge so much that I just wanted to have you at least drive it. But if you're sold on a Cadillac, get the Cadillac.
Yeah. I mean, it's
then just do it.
It has most things I want are standard. There's 4 different trim levels, and there's 2 above this that have things I clearly don't need. Like, they have the headlights that turn with you. The turn. That I don't need.
Right.
And fog lights, you have to get the next level up too. They come with those special headlights, and you end up paying almost $3,000 to get those headlights and the
fog lights.
And the fog lights, which I have fog lights now. I don't think I need fog lights.
No. How many times have you ever used them?
Well, I don't use them all the time. A lot of people use them all the time, but these headlamps are brighter than on my Grand Prix, so.
Well, and plus the fact, it's got all the things you do want. And you said that the dealer has exactly the one you want?
Yep.
Well,
but that's the other
get it.
That's the other thing too, is that there's 2 dealers involved. The one in Libertyville, which isn't as convenient, and the one in Northbrook, which is more convenient to here. But I went in there on Wednesday afternoon, about 1 o'clock, after I dropped Liz off to pick up her car, because I think I told her she had the flat tire problem.
Yeah.
So anyway, I picked her up, and I figured I'll stop in there. I called. I made an appointment with this guy. He was very nice until another guy came in, and he said, I need 20 minutes to go take care of this guy. So the guy disappears, and I go and look for him after half an hour, and he says, well, this other guy here, he's really wealthy. He has his own company, he makes a lot of money. He's looking to trade in 2 cars to buy 2 more expensive cars, and I need to take care of him. So that pissed me off right away. And so I said, I'll tell you what, I can keep myself busy. Go do what you have to do and then come back over by me. He says, well, I said, I want to drive the car and then I want to talk numbers. So, then he says, well, I can talk to you for a few minutes now. So I said, I noticed that the car is made in Mexico. Tell me about that. And I said, well, how long have they been making these cars in Mexico, and why aren't they, why is this one made in Mexico and the other one, all the other models made in this country? I didn't get an answer. So I said, look, I need to go help that guy.
He probably doesn't know.
What?
He probably doesn't know.
I know. I was just trying to get the info, trying to, see what I could learn from him. So he said, look, I need to go help this guy. They're almost through appraising his 2 cars. He wants to buy an $86,000 car, and he's a wealthy guy. He's an important guy. So I said to him, you never know who has what when it comes to money. That's all I said to the guy, because the guy ended up leaving without buying anything. And if the guy had treated me better, I would have said, okay, fine. Now, he does not have the car. It's the place in Libertyville. So he said they'd have to get the car. So, my feeling is...
was the guy in Libertyville better to you?
Somewhat, yeah.
Well, then, yeah. I agree. I would get it from the guy in Libertyville. You can take it to any dealer.
Right.
No
I mean, it was a little less convenient, but, it's... Plus, the guy in Northbrook, right at Lake Cook Road and Skokie Boulevard, by just south of Crossroads.
Yeah.
Anyway, then he had come from the other dealership about 5 months ago, so I asked him to compare them, tell me about that place, and he starts telling me these stories about these guys there and how hard they were to work for, and he had to get out of there, and blah blah blah. And it's one thing to tell you that he doesn't like the place, but he starts trash talking the place. I mean, it's just,
Which place was bad? Who was he trash talking?
He was trash talking the place he used to work, the one in Libertyville.
Okay.
So I called the guy in Libertyville on Friday and said, look, I talked to someone, was telling me these stories. Here's the stories I heard. I'd like to know what's going on. So, he gave me answers that made basic sense. But, again, the car is actually there in Libertyville, and I don't want the place in Northbrook going up to Libertyville, trading the cars, and then driving it down to Northbrook. I'd prefer to, if the one guy has it, I'll get it from the guy who has it, and the other guy, the guy just kind of pissed me off, I guess. And
well, then go to Libertyville.
So basically what happened, I got there at 1. I was there for almost 4.5 hours.
Oh.
And, it was fine. I looked at a lot of cars. I sat in the cars. I looked at every feature. I sat in the back seat for a while. I kind of got a feel for everything. I did get to drive the car at both locations. The first guy, they both let me drive it fairly generously. The first guy, I said I'd like to test the brakes, so we went into the Hawthorne parking lot, and I drove it around there. There was a little bit of snow on the ground that day, so I got to drive it around. He was very nice about it. But anyway, so, it's trying to figure out which dealership, do I do the more convenient place, the Highland Park, or the place up in Libertyville? Do I do
Well, it sounds to me like you want to get it from Libertyville because of many different reasons.
Yep.
And then the convenience, you can always go back to that place.
Right.
For the care. It doesn't matter.
Right. It's not a big deal, I guess, but like we're saying, it's there. So I have to go in tomorrow.
Do they give you free car washes or anything for a year?
They probably give you permanent free car washes. I
That's
still
the only
get
thing that would make a difference, is if you're going to miss getting some free car washes or something, and you're not going to drive to Libertyville for it, but would you drive to Northbrook Court for it?
Well, if I have to go to Libertyville, I don't care that much. I'll ask that question tomorrow morning. I do know they both said they have loaners, but the guy up in Libertyville, the guy from Libertyville said, we have lots of loaners. If you're going to need a car and you want to go run errands, I'll put you in another Cadillac, and when the car's done, you'll come back and give me mine back, and I'll give you a new one.
Well, there you go.
They pretty much said that in Northbrook, too, but I just had the sense maybe that the guy up in Libertyville was a little bit better.
It sounds like they might try a little harder in Libertyville.
And, when I sat down, Liz and I went there together. I was by myself on Wednesday, but Monday we went to that funeral, and on the way back I said, hey, we're on the tollway. Let's go up to Libertyville. It's, tollway will take us right there, and let's go look. She said, okay. So, we spent almost 2.5 hours there, and Liz was pretty tired by the end. But, I drove.
It is exhausting.
It is. But, and on the way there we stopped, and that's when we looked at the RDX. But we went and sat down in the guy's office, and I said, look, I know what the invoice is on the car, and how close are you going to be to invoice? And he said to me, I can do invoice for you.
Well,
so
it sounds like you know where you want to get it. I just go to Libertyville, be done. But I would call about the car wash.
Right. Well, I'll do that. But I mean, I just thought, and then when I talked to him Friday, I said, look, without even any discussion, you told me invoice. Can you do any better than invoice? I got to ask you the question. He says, maybe $100 better. So, whereas the guy in Northbrook is going to sell it to me for $100 over invoice, and he did the same old thing. He went to talk to the manager. He came back several times. They asked me questions that I thought I already knew, like which county I live in, and then I realize this is getting to be a long story, but I mean, as an example, they wrote down each of the pieces. Here's how much the sticker is, and here's how much the invoice is. We're adding $100 to it. Then you're going to add in the tax and the license and all that stuff. And, so he wrote down how much the sales tax was. So the first thing I did when I got home is I recomputed it myself, and he was off by about $125, which really pissed me off. So I thought,
And this
so
is Northbrook?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just, it was stupid. It was just stupid. So anyway, you'll laugh at this. So he asked my phone number. I usually don't give it, but this time I did. And he said, "Can I call you on Friday?" I said, or Saturday. I said, "Sure, you can call me on Friday." When's a good time? Well, there's no good time, but if you have to call, middle afternoon. So 4 o'clock he calls. And he says, "Hi, this is Mark from Foley Cadillac, and you asked me to call you this afternoon." And I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "Just to be clear, I never asked you to call me. You asked if you could call, and I said that this afternoon would be the best time." So that pissed him off.
Oh my God!
You could tell from his voice. I mean, because he was very friendly, and then other times he would kind of be. You could tell he was kind of pissed off, and that bothered me. So then I said to him, before we went on the test ride, I said, early on you're very friendly, and ever since this other guy came in, you've been almost like a different person. He said, "Oh, no, not a problem. I mean, I don't put up with I don't even put up with that crap. That's why I said, look, what's going on?
Come on. Well,
so, I mean, all this stuff is just
the way to go.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just sometimes talking about it, I guess, helps, but
Yeah, I think, with everything, I just hear you. I'm listening to it, and I just hear that's got to be the better way to go.
So I guess I'll call the guy in the morning. And I mean, he's
car wash.
He's been right. I'll do that. He's been pretty nice. I mean, I don't know if the car will be ready by Tuesday. That's why I said don't, mention it to Mom. There's a chance I could pick her up in it, but I don't know. I mean, if I have to go in and sign everything on Monday because that's when this deal expires. I suppose if I call the guy and say I'm coming in to get it, he can have it ready and have it waiting for me when I get there too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you do. That's what I would do.
I mean, I don't buy cars that often.
Right.
But
that's right. That's right. But that, they can absolutely do that.
And I mean, the guy knows me. I've talked, and as I said, my mom bought her Buick in Libertyville too.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember.
And it's not that far from Costco either.
No, that's right. It sounds like the right thing to do. Northbrook people are Northbrook people no matter what, And the fact that the guy was slighting you for somebody else blows me away. I wouldn't be in the business just because of that.
And
that's just ridiculous.
And I stayed there because I figured, look, I'm here. I want to drive the car. If I leave because I'm pissed off, all I'm doing is hurting myself because I won't get to drive the car.
Right.
And I'll call the guy and say thank you for your help, but I've decided not to do that at this time, and here's why. It was that.
But I would do it after you buy. Do it after you buy the other one.
Oh yeah, afterwards. So hello. So Liz just got back. So
okay. All right. Well,
anyway,
Liz. Give her a hug for me.
All right.
And we'll talk again. But in face. Well, let me know if you get the car. Just text me or something. I won't say anything to Mom.
I may call you later tonight. I may have a few other things I want to mention, but
okay.
Hello.
All right. We're going to be out till probably 9 our time.
That's fine. That's not a problem. And then let me know if Mom's still talking about the possibility of staying longer.
I will.
As well.
I promise. I will.
Yeah.
I know. I asked her last night, should I call Ed and tell him you're thinking about it? And she said no. So then I knew she wasn't gonna.
But you're still
taking.
You're still taking her to the airport and everything, no problem.
Yes.
All right. So, and I know the plane comes in 8:15, something like that, our time.
Yeah, it leaves here at 3:46, and it's 4 hours. So.
Right. So not a problem, and the only issue I don't know is which car. But I mean, what we're going to do, Liz will go with me, and so she'll go in and get Mom, and I'll stay with the car, and then. Either that, or we'll go get her in her car, and if I have the car, it'll be back at her house, on the driveway or something.
Right. Well, she gets brought out with a wheelchair, so
right.
She just goes right to the door.
Yeah. Actually, as I think about it.
Yeah.
As I think about it, I don't know if I want to go to the airport with it anyway. It might make more sense to just have it in the driveway waiting, something like that, or.
Okay.
All
right. Well, I won't say anything to her.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but I have to. That's all these things I'm trying to sort out on that issue. So okay, so you guys are leaving pretty quickly. Is Mom up and showering, or?
She's getting dressed now.
All right, so you're leaving soon.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have dinner with Mia, the girls' night, and then the boys are gonna stay home, watch a movie, and eat chili.
Oh, so it's just you and Mom and Ellen staying home.
Mia. It's
no, you and Mom and me. I mean, okay. Let me ask Alan a quick question about brakes.
Okay, hold on.
All right, thanks.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
Good. Quick question for you.
Yeah.
Have you had brakes redone anytime in the last 10 years or so?
Probably not.
All right.
Hard to believe, but probably not.
Well, Cindy thought maybe you had. I want to get the brakes
What's the question?
Go ahead. Sorry, say it again.
What were you looking to find out?
Well, I want to get the brakes redone in the Grand Prix, and I find it is a typically frustrating thing, and I've gone and done some reading on the internet, and all that says is it's very frustrating and it's very misleading and so forth. So, originally I was going to have it done at the dealership. I figure at least that way there's someone to stand behind it. But the dealership, all they're going to do is replace the pads and, clean and machine the rotors, my existing, 16-year-old rotors.
Yeah. And
when Liz and I took her car in to get tire patched on Wednesday, I noticed that at the tire place, they do brake work too, and it's about the same cost there, but there they use all new parts, including a new rotor, but it's not GM, it's GM spec. So, it's kind of. Oh, and plus they want to sell you a brake fluid flush as well, which is another $100.
Oh, brother.
So it's kind of like I don't know anyone who's done all this stuff
well,
really,
if the dealer doesn't say you need the flush, then the guys who are not dealers shouldn't know better, huh?
Well, I mean, on the internet, a lot of people said that the flush should be done every few years, and it's never been done on my car. So,
not bad then.
Yeah, so maybe that part's not bad. And then, but my impression is that you get into the dealer, and they're going to say, well, we looked at your rotors, and you know what? These are too old to machine them. You need to buy new ones, and that's another $100 or $100 a piece, something like that. So I don't know that I trust the dealer any more than anyone else.
Yep. Well, if you got a reputable company, go to them.
I mean, all I know is that they patched Liz's tire, and it was $40 and out the door. And the thing there that I was most impressed by was the manager who I talked to, who seemed to be, a pretty reasonable fellow. But you never know.
I know.
It's just very frustrating. And
I'm not good on car repairs. I have been taking more than I've come out to the better.
All right, so and I mean, it's hard to figure it out how to avoid that, but all right, anyway. Just thought, Cindy thought you might have some suggestions there, so.
Well, I wish I had more experience in auto, but I don't.
All right. Well, that's something it's on the list for December.
Good.
It was also on the list for November. Time.
Well, it's not an emergency, I guess.
Right. Well, just the problem is, who do you believe? As with so many things.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. So, how you feeling? Cindy said the other day that you kind of overdone it with some of the work outside.
I always do.
All right.
It's addictive.
All right. Do you? Cindy said that she's. My mother's been kind of, maybe elevation weary and all. I mean, do you see it essentially the same way?
Evidently, yeah.
All right. I mean, but she had the same thing I know last year when she was there too.
Oh, she did?
Yep.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, that's. I know my mother had mentioned it to me, and that was one of her concerns. So.
Well, there definitely is something going on.
Yeah. Well, that's. Cindy told me that you guys had suggested that she stay there, beyond Tuesday, and I guess she wants to come home because she wants to get back to, the lower elevation with the thicker air and all that stuff.
Yeah, evidently.
But,
yeah.
I mean, do you? Pardon me?
I said whatever she wants to do,
Yeah.
I'd be happy.
All right. Well, you guys will let me know. I guess I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
I'll touch base with Cindy later, and she said you guys are watching movies while she and my mother and me are going out to eat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go rent World War Z.
Oh, all right. That's not one of those on the list that I actually have rushed out to see, I'll tell you. But the last movie that we saw at the theater was Las Vegas, with De Niro and Douglas and so forth.
Uh-huh.
So, for guys our age, it was kind of cute.
Good.
I wouldn't say it was a great movie. It was cute. It was entertaining. We went to see it more because of going to see a movie than anything else. I mean, it was the best choice out there.
Yeah.
So when it comes out, go see it, but no need to see it in the theater. I think there are certain things.
It does look like a cute movie.
Yeah. So, you guys will enjoy it, and you'll enjoy it. Sure, you can see it. You don't need a big screen. It doesn't make a big difference. World War Z is the kind of movie where maybe it does, but you can let me know.
Yeah. This guy likes zombie movies.
What do you say, zombie?
World War Z is zombie.
Oh, that's what. Oh, all right. Well, yeah, then that's not my thing. So you enjoy it, and you can let me know about it.
I will. Talk to you later, Ed.
All right. Talk to you later. Thanks.
Okay. See you. Bye.
Bye now.